In Unit 4, we're going to cover Georgia's First Stop Business Information Center. We're going to contact the Georgia Secretary of State. I'm going to show you how to file corporate reports. We're going to talk about the state's corporate income tax. We're going to talk about wage withholding, workers' compensation, and unemployment insurance. So let's first start here with Georgia's First Stop Business Information Center. Most businesses in Georgia are required to file an annual corporate report, and annual registration begins each calendar year on January 1st and goes through April 1st. It's important to complete your registration each year, not only to be legally compliant, but also to ensure the state has your current mailing address, your filing name, and your management structure. Whether you own an LLC, a corporation, profit, nonprofit, or professional corporation, or maybe a limited partnership, which is an LP, an LLP, or an LLLP, you must complete an annual registration with the Secretary of State every year your business is in operation. So to register, you'll visit the Georgia Corporations Division website, and depending on whether you need to make changes to your business information, will determine which process you need to select to complete your required registration. On the Corporations Division page, you can search for a business, you can log into your account to complete online services, or you can also print a certificate of existence. You'll need the name of the business or the control number assigned to the business to locate and then complete the registration process. You can easily maintain compliance operating a business in the state by visiting the Georgia First Stop Business Info Center, which is maintained by the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State is not only the leading election authority in the state, but they also maintain business registrations. And you can visit the First Stop Business Info Center at ecorp.sos.ga.gov. Once again, that's ecorp.sos.ga.gov. First Stop Business Information Center allows you to file your mandatory corporation reports. You can file your annual registration also up to 3 years in advance. With one-click annual registration that you see at the top here, that allows you to file your annual registration without making changes and without actually logging in. So they make it very, very simple, especially if you've had no changes. And you'll receive an email with a copy of the filed annual registration and a receipt of any payments. Your business entity must be current on all annual registration fees in order to use the one-click annual registration. But before I show you how to do your annual report, you should be aware that this is a state-of-the-art website. It allows you to conduct all types of business filings. So if you click on online services link like you see right here, then you're going to see a lot of helpful resources for any business owner in the state. You can do a business search. Let's say you want to open a new location or possibly start a new business. In addition to your dealership, you can click on the create or register business link there. If you're starting a new business, or let's say you want to maybe start a new dealership, you can search for names that are available and you can register that name if you would like. You can file a trade name, and that would ensure, that no one else in the state can actually use your business name. So trade names definitely give you the best statewide name protections for any business name. Here on the business amendment link, you can make changes to your business registration. The e-notification link will allow you to sign up for reminders when your corporate reports are due. I would strongly encourage you to sign up for e-notifications so you can be notified of any changes to your dealership's registration as well. And next, you can see here, you can file your annual registration report, which we'll do together in just a moment. If you ever need what's called a certificate of existence, which proves you have registered with the Secretary of State, you can easily print up your certificate of existence right here as well. Also, if you have the notice of intent to dissolve, I hope this button is a button that you never have to use. But, unfortunately, if you ever decide to close your business, you will also need to dissolve what's known as your registered business entity. Otherwise, you could face future tax liabilities. So the links you see here are definitely going to help you with your business in any way for any type of changes. So I do want to show you how you can do this report very quickly. And I'm going to assume first that there are no changes to the business structure of your dealership. So to get started on your mandatory annual corporation filing, you're going to click on the one-click annual registration button that you see right here. You'll select annual registration period. The first step you will take is selecting the number of years that you want to file. Select current year for 1 year, select 2 consecutive years, or, you can go ahead and select 3 consecutive years and get that taken care of right now. You will make the selection by selecting the appropriate radio button that you see there, and then you're going to enter the name of your dealership and then click on Search Businesses, okay? Next, you're going to see a list of dealerships with similar names to your dealership. So you're just going to find your dealership name. You'll click on your dealership name and then continue. And now you're just going to review this page. If everything looks correct, just double check it, triple check it, and then you're going to click the Click to Pay button. And then you're going to be taken to the state's secure payment portal where you can easily enter your credit card information, as you see right here. Next, you're going to get an emailed receipt at the bottom of this page, and you're going to see the e-notification link. As I stated a moment ago, you can subscribe to receive email notification alerts anytime a change has been made to your dealership's filing history. And like I said, I would strongly recommend that you do this so you can subscribe to those e-notifications, and that way the state will automatically let you know when any of your mandatory corporate reports are due. So after you've paid your registration, you're going to receive a copy of your corporation paperwork like you see right here. It's a little bit blurred there, but that's just a sample. So once you have paid for your registration, you'll receive this copy of your official corporation filing paperwork. But I do want to give you some great contact information with the Secretary of State Corporations Division. They are going to be a wealth of information for you. Maybe you have questions about business filings, or maybe you're wanting to expand your business, or if you do want to close your business, you definitely need to dissolve your corporation if you have one, and also your registered business entity. But great contact information you see right there on screen. That's the Georgia Secretary of State Corporations Division, 2 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. That's going to be in Suite 313, the Floyd West Tower in Atlanta, 303-34-1530. The phone number for them is going to be 404-657-2817. Once again, they're going to be a wealth of information for any type of corporate filings or any type of corporate questions. Unless your questions become a little bit too technical in nature, then they may tell you to go ahead and get some legal advice. But their email address is corporationswebmail@sos.ga.gov. And like I said, don't ever hesitate to contact the Secretary of State Corporations Division. They're going to be able to help you with most of your corporate information questions. Next, I want to cover some tax policy with you. You must file a state tax return and, if required, pay state taxes on your business income. Georgia has a corporate income tax on corporations. And I want you to be aware, if you have an S corporation, the shareholders of the corporation pay the tax as opposed to the corporation paying the tax. So, like I said, if you got an S corporation, the shareholders pay the tax. The rate of taxation is 5 3/4% of a corporation's Georgia taxable net income. Corporations may also have to pay what's called a net worth tax. And this tax is based on the net worth of a corporation levied in exchange for basically doing the privilege of doing business or exercising a corporate franchise in the state. So before we move on. But like I said, I'm going to show you real quickly a page from the Department of Revenue's website that shows software providers that are approved to help you stay up on your state income taxes. And there are several of them here. And if you're not using tax software to help you maintain tax compliance, well, using tax software is certainly something that you should consider, as they are normally not very expensive to purchase. And what they cost you for approved is usually much, much lower than the fines that you might receive for not filing and paying your taxes correctly. So you can also go to your favorite search engine, whether, maybe it's Google, Bing, or Yahoo, and just search for Georgia tax software. And like I said, here you're going to see a list of approved software providers right on the Department of Revenue's website. These tax software programs can make a Georgia dealership's tax compliance much, much simpler. So there you see all that information there. Like I said, there are direct links there on the Georgia Department of Revenue's website that can certainly get you started if you're interested in using some business tax software. Next, as we cover tax policy, I want to go over withholding tax. All employers must withhold a part of the employee's wages for payment of income tax. I want to repeat that. All employers must withhold a part of the employee's wages for payment of income tax. State withholding tax is like federal withholding tax, and the amount withheld depends on the allowance an employee claims. So If you have questions, you can always contact the Georgia Department of Revenue. That's the Taxpayer Services Division at 877-423-6711. Once again, that's the Georgia Department of Revenue Tax Services Division, 877-423-6711. And when you call that number, they'll probably answer on the first ring, because obviously the state wants you to have all the knowledge you need on paying your withholding tax or any other taxes to the state. But I want you to also have your regional contact information for tax questions. And sometimes you can get through to someone at your regional office a little quicker than the state's main taxpayer services division. And as you can see here, they have several offices all around the state. And you can also schedule an appointment in your local office and meet face-to-face with a customer service representative if you have any questions about state taxes, including the taxes you're required to withhold from your employees' paychecks. So there's all that contact information there. You probably live, within a few miles of one of the local customer service representatives. They're going to be a wealth of information for you. Maintaining tax compliance is obviously part of the gig here. And in order to have a dealer's license, we have to make sure that we are covering and following all tax policy. Or if you want, you can easily download the state's Withholding Tax Guide that I want to tell you about. And that's on the official Department of Revenue website, which is dor.georgia.gov. Once again, that's dor.georgia.gov. And if you go to the Employer's Tax Guide, you can download the Employer's Tax Guide manuals, and they're going to be very advantageous if you ever have questions about withholding tax. So it's a pretty big file there, but you can certainly download that file, and I guarantee you any of your questions about employment taxes will definitely be answered, or you can certainly call somebody at your local regional office, and they will certainly help you out. Let's talk about workers' compensation. All Georgia businesses that employ 3 or more workers, as I said earlier, are required to have workers' compensation coverage. I want to repeat that very important statement. All Georgia businesses that employ 3 or more workers are required to have workers' compensation coverage to ensure against workplace injury. So if you have 3 or more employees at your dealership, state law does require that you carry workers' compensation. Workers' compensation is a benefits program created by state law that provides medical, rehabilitation income, death, and other benefits to employees and dependents due to injury, illness, or death resulting from a work-related claim that's covered by the law. Workers' compensation coverage begins the first day of employment. And, many dealerships have established safety programs to encourage dealership employees to be safety conscious when performing their job. And, these programs usually offer certain awards to employees. So you want to make sure that your, dealership employees are operating in the safest manner that you possibly can. Having a regular, safety training is going to be definitely advantageous to you. Hopefully to, for the safety of the employees, obviously, but we obviously never want them to get hurt. If you are required to carry workers' compensation, then you must display the poster that you see here, which is called your official notice. And you must also post the next slide that you see right here. So not only do you want your official notice, you also want to make sure that you also have what's called the Bill of Rights. Okay, so you definitely want to have that posted. And then finally, you're going to see your workers' compensation fraud notice that must be posted as well. So just remember that. And we're going to cover a lot of posters. A lot of dealers don't realize that state and federal law does require us to have several workplace posters posted in the dealership. And I'm going to cover those with you here. So you'll always be able to hopefully maintain your 100% compliance, even when it comes to posting the required posters. But if you ever have any questions about workers' compensation, you can easily contact the State Board of Workers' Compensation. That's State Board of Workers' Compensation, 270 Peachtree Street, Northwest in Atlanta, 303-303-1299. Or you can call them at 404-656-3818. Once again, that's local numbers 404-658-3818, or you can call them toll free at 800-533-0682. So let's keep that in mind, please. Next, I want to talk about unemployment insurance. So, the unemployment insurance program basically provides temporary income for workers who are unemployed through no fault of their own, or who have been, looking for another job and have a definite recall to their jobs within 6 weeks of the last day worked, or are in approved training. So, the funding for unemployment insurance benefits comes from taxes paid by employers. So workers do not pay any cost for unemployment. Eligibility for benefits is determined based on past wages, the reason for job separation, and availability and job search requirements. So keep that in mind. Hey, I want you to be aware, the Department of Labor, the Georgia Department of Labor, has an excellent resource for any dealership that has questions about unemployment. And the website address, it's DOL, that's like Department of Labor, dol.georgia.gov. And you're going to see several informative links there that will definitely answer questions about unemployment. So I want to do my very best in the course here, just to ensure you're maintaining compliance. And that is obviously making sure that we are up to date on all of our tax policy and all of our state tax liabilities. Also, here are a couple more posters that you need to post in your dealership, starting with the unemployment poster that you see right here. And also, the law requires that you have a vacation notice posted that you're going to see right here. And then finally, you're also going to need to have what's called an equal pay poster that must be posted here. So, I want to give you some great contact information for that Georgia Department of Labor, which has oversight over the state's unemployment laws. And it's called the Employer Hotline that you're going to see right here at 855-436-7365. So I do want to definitely let you be aware of that. And we'll talk more about those posters here in a little bit. And, you can go to your favorite online marketplace. Maybe you shop on Amazon or some other website. And you can go to the, like Amazon, say, for example, and search for Georgia employment posters. And there's all types of companies that will sell you a laminate, just one big laminate poster that has all the included posters on there. And usually they're like $29 or something like that. So, if you ever have questions and you're not really sure what posters, definitely go to Amazon or your favorite marketplace online. Just type in Georgia employment posters, and there's a lot of companies out there that'll send you a really nice laminated one piece laminated poster that has all the required posters on there. So, and finally, I want to give you a brief overview of your federal taxes. Okay, every business in Georgia, including this dealership you own, obviously must file and pay federal taxes as well. And here you see, I want to show you the IRS Small Business and Self-Employment Tax Center, which can be very helpful to every dealership in the state. Maybe you are using some tax software, but there are some dealers that obviously don't use it. And, if you ever want to just jump right here onto the irs.gov website and hit the IRS Small Business and Self-Employment Tax Center, it can be very advantageous to any dealership. But, however, if you do ever have any questions regarding your federal taxes, you can contact one of the 11 IRS offices that are actually located throughout the state of Georgia. So you've got great resources locally. These are federal Internal Revenue offices that are located throughout the whole entire state there. So you can see a list right there. Don't ever hesitate to call any one of these offices with any tax questions that you might have on a federal level. They are definitely going to help you maintain compliance with federal tax law. So now we have completed Unit 4, and I want to remind you that you can review any of these training videos that you've completed at georgiadealer.com. Once again, that is georgiadealer.com. Just click on the dealer video link, and you'll be able to watch all those. You can fast forward through them at your convenience, or you can pause them or review them. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next unit.